Hello, welcome to another episode of American Update. I'm your host, Edgar Montoya. This is my channel. It is Thursday, November 18, 2021. Much to discuss here. The title of my video, as you can see, is The Anger of the Left. I could also title it, My Anger Toward the Anger of the Left. Now, what could I mean by that? It's, first of all, we have a right, Americans do have a right to be angry, okay? But that anger of the left shown this year and going back to last year, the election year of 2020, has been a very special kind of anger, unusual anger, one for the ages, one which doesn't have, anger can have legitimate standing and it cannot have legitimate standing too. Okay, it can be expressed properly and it can be expressed very improperly. Let's talk about this. Okay, the left. What happened? Let's go back last year, to that illustrious year of 2020 and those things we can be so proud of that the left did. Attacking people just for being Trump supporters all over the place. Too many incidents to list. People attacked, threatened. Some people were killed. Neighborhoods were invaded. Fires were set. Even police stations were attacked. Police officers were attacked. There were fires set in neighborhoods with reporters on the left media standing in front of them saying, oh, we have mostly peaceful protests going on here, with full-on fires raging on behind them, people breaking into stores and looting, but mostly peaceful protests. Okay, topple statues. That was a big one. Some of those idiots who knocked those statues over, they didn't even know who those statues belonged to. And all this, and not to go into a whole lot more detail about that, but we think, what happened? Why in 2020 was so much anger? Well, one conclusion you could get to was that it was a presidential election year, and on the left, we just had to do everything we had to do. They won't admit it, but they'll say it was because of Trump. They had to get rid of Trump. They had to make things look like they're very terrible. And it was a combination of perfect storm of things, of just Trump being a very polemic president at the time, with the pandemic hitting, with so many people shut in, so many people out of work, the fact that it was an election year, and they had to do everything possible, just do all the damage they could to just one way or the other see to it that Donald Trump was not reelected president. They had to throw their tantrums, make it look like the nation was an absolute disaster. We had our problems, but when the world looking at us and saying, wow, what happened to America? Well, Trump was out, and one would think that anger was expressed more than anything to get Trump out of office, to change the nation. You'd think, they'd get their Democrat president back in, put their puppet Joe Biden in, and they'd be happy. But the left's not happy. I don't know, something maybe foolishly, naively, we thought this will go away. It'll get better. No. The left is as angry as ever. They're more angry. But they're not angry against their president who's a disaster. And that's subject for another video. And the vice president who's a joke. Reminds me of the days when Dan Quayle, Republican, was vice president of the United States under George H.W. Bush, and the mainstream media just couldn't stop ripping him. They tore Mr. Quayle apart. They crucified the poor man. Thought he was a very poor president. Kamala Harris, well, basically, you don't know she's in office. They've ignored her so badly. But anyways, back up to the anger of this year. Okay, and I think, what is this? But the thing I want to point out here, what we're talking about here, is now changing the subject maybe a little bit to racism. This has been the year of race above all. If there's a deep-seated anger or a violent anger being expressed, being shown out there, it's because the central theme is racism. Whether it be the teaching of CRT, critical race theory, and that's another story, that's another thing. Or here's the craziness of it. They don't make sense. The anger of the left, where this is concerned, doesn't make sense anymore. Let me explain. Let's go to Virginia from a few weeks ago. A Republican, a white man, was elected governor of Virginia. A black woman was elected lieutenant governor of Virginia. And a Latino man was elected, a Republican was elected the Attorney General of the state. How did the mainstream media deal with it? What was their response? Oh, it was all wrong suddenly. Okay? Oh, it was all because white people, all because Republicans, all because Trump supporters, which is all racists. Just racist, could be, right? It couldn't be anything else. It could not be the economy. It could not be parents. It could not be the handling concerning their children. It could not be the pandemic. It could not be any other issue. It was, these Republicans, these conservatives, they just don't understand. Times, they are changing. We have to be open now to accept that whites are bad, that they have to step down, the minorities must be on top. And I speak as a minority myself. I'm a Latino, okay? But we don't think as a monolithic group, okay? My feet are firmly planted on the ground. My head is straight, okay? But it doesn't make sense. When they're calling this black woman who elected lieutenant governor in Virginia, Winsome Sears, the way they treated her, the way they called her a white supremacist. She might as well have shown up to her victory speech wearing a Klan hood. A black woman being a white supremacist. They say the same thing about Candace Owens. They say the same thing about any black person, Republican. On the conservative side, Larry Elder, Ben Carson. They're all white supremacists now. You see, the anger of the left is they're not just angry now. They lost their minds. They've gone crazy. Black is white, white is black. Up is down, down is up. Left is right, and the right is wrong, period. Whites are guilty, no matter what. Okay, whites are guilty. Now, and I speak as a Latino too. When do I mark myself sometimes as a white? On questionnaires, I mark down white, Hispanic. Okay? So I could take a pass on this, but I just stand for what's right. Okay, for fairness, for justice, equality, not equity, equality among the races. But there was the forced, now because of the BLM and that whole movement toward wokeness and the CRT, toward an obeisance toward the left, a reverence toward the left. And many companies did. And then there are companies and organizations, and I'm talking about sports too, NFL, the NBA, who they didn't need much arm twisting. They caved in and gave in to the left. They caved in and gave in to the movement. Now calling black conservatives white supremacists. That makes no sense at all. Doesn't make sense. They don't know what to do with themselves anymore. They don't know how to express. They don't know what's up to say like that, to talk like that. Like I said, black is white, white is black. They want their socialist government and everything changed so much. They want their perfect woke society now so bad that they're gaslighting us all the time, writing their narrative. And don't you dare speak against their narrative, because if you do, you're a white supremacist, whether you're well known or not. Now the Kyle Rittenhouse case. This is supposed to be a racist case. A white boy shoots 3 white men, and this is racist. And they want this boy in prison at all costs and throw away the key. What for? Whether it be a Second Amendment thing, or that anybody who's not on their side has no right to defend themselves, no right to speak out, no right to do anything that American might traditionally want to do or feel has the right to do. You cannot defend yourself. Someone on the left attacks you, even a criminal, you're supposed to just let them beat you up, let them possibly take your life. And I could go on and on like that, but today I just wanted to vent a little bit on that. This is getting worse, and we don't know where this is going. It's time to, all I can say as a Christian, it's time to pray. It's time to fast. It's time to turn to the Lord like we've never done it before. Because where are we going with this? Where's the left taking us? and too many on the right just willing to go along. Well, you would like to share your opinions. There's so much more we could say on this today. I just had to express myself a bit, had to vent a little bit, saying with the left, we're going off course. The left is, this left is not a liberal party anymore. Liberal was JFK. Now it's, where are we going? Where are they taking us? To a very angry, a very bad, and a very dark place. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.